into the oven because Native Red are getting the back-to-back wombo between the best two teams in Halo right now.
Yeah, and many people would say that FaZe Clan shouldn't even be here, but they got sent to the lower bracket early by Gamers First, now find themselves in the lower bracket. And Tools, when you go up against the #1 seed in the lower bracket, you know it's going to be a tough fight here. So Native Red up against it with a really tough matchup here against FaZe.
FaZe has been, I would say, uncharacteristically inefficient so far this tournament.
Absolutely.
Whereas Native, oh, okay. So then you don't have to be efficient when you're hitting no scopes like that. Renegade putting them on the respawn screen, but that's what Native Red is best known for, right? Is their efficiency within the game. As Taulek able to grab that sniper rifle, puts it to work, and Native Red has taken the ball.
Yeah, and off of that 4 down for FaZe Clan, it's going to be 4+ seconds for Native Red as they look to keep that time rolling. Overshield rolling as well. Sniper for Taulek. And I love this wasting of the resources there. Thought he was going to go down, wasted an extra shot. Really could have depleted the entire sniper, but it's not going to matter. Instead, excuse me, that's Overshield going in favor of FaZe Clan, actually. So it's Renegade with the Overshield and a chance here for FaZe Clan to tie this one up.
It's on a plane. Look at Renegade right into the heat of battle in between all of these players. Has access to get down so much of this damage, and he comes back for Druk. And this is frustrating for Native Red because they're trying to deal with Renegade in the back of this base. Meanwhile, the time just soaking on up for FaZe Clan. The ball in play position. SoulSnipe not able to stay alive. It's going to be up to Taulek to finish his fight.
Snakebite locking onto that ball at back B, but, or excuse me, back C, but Taulek on the flank. Great recognition, though, by FaZe. I'm not sure if it was an audio cue or the comms there, but they had that flank picked out by a mile from Taulek. Completely inefficient there as he ultimately goes down, earns himself the trade, but that was not what they were looking for as they sent him back river. Looking to disrupt that oddball hold from FaZe Clan, but instead they just rotate with it. And now, Garrett, I'm starting to see a little bit of that efficiency. I'm seeing FaZe Clan with numbers down, but numbers up on the scoreboard instead.
Renegade got that overshielded. He said, I don't think FaZe is necessarily milking every single second that they can get right now, but the slays are just prevailing to be too much. Frosty and Renegade, the new duo, 7 kills apiece. Right now, it seems as if the only person that's woken up for Native Red is Taulek, sitting at 9 kills. The rest of his team needs to catch up. They need to be able to go blow for blow with FaZe's slaying ability.
FaZe, undeniably the strongest slaying team in the league, so you're absolutely right, Garrett. Native Red needs to just at least get close in the slaying department, but instead they're going to have no option but to reset that oddball as they get a few seconds of milk. Keep this one close within 10 seconds or so, but like you said, if FaZe Clan is going to be even 5 percentage points more efficient with those slays, Native Red is going to have a really tough task here.
Frosty gonna sweep this corner, sniper rifle in hand, a rare miss from him, but the punch cleans it up nonetheless. Druk try to get this ball away while they have the numbers, and you're seeing FaZe Clan chasing the tail, coming right behind Druk. But is it a trap? No Royal 2 there in time. Taulek too far out of the fight. FaZe is gonna be able to break the setup for now, but Renegade had to back down after his teammate went down, and that's the efficiency difference between FaZe and Native, right? FaZe come in, they break the setup, but they're not able to chain that into anything more. Native Red, they lose numbers, they're able to recover, wrap back, and although they're getting heavily, and let me put emphasis on this, heavily outslayed at the moment, they're up in this ball game.
Well, and that's the advantage when you stick together as a team, not only for a season, but for seasons. Native Red, the longest standing collective team in Snakebite, is going to collectively take them all down. Triple kill, nade, cluster luck for him, and it's the oddball control for FaZe Clan.
And that might be the swing that FaZe Clan was looking for. Snakebite wraps the corner, peppers 3 players, gets the triple kill at about 10 bullets of a commando rifle. And now all of Native Red are going to have to push through the stiff defenses of FaZe Clan, and there's nowhere for them to go. Another 4 down, and this is where FaZe Clan gets very dangerous, right? It's not necessarily about their efficiency at holding ball, but once they get you in a cycle, once they get you 4 down, they're going to lay a path that feels impossible to break through. It's one-on-ones against the best individual talent in this game.
Yeah, and it's not wild to think that if FaZe Clan can continue to roll and snowball here, Native won't even touch the ball again in this round. They're going to have to figure it out. Renegade trying to figure out how to stay alive here. Sliding back and forth here at B. Not able to stay alive long enough, though, as Taulek takes him down. That's an opening break kill that should send Native Red forward towards that sniper tower. As we see Druk pushing up on Snakebite. Snakebite, again, rotating that oddball a little late with it. So he elects to just play ball for now and try to slay.
Taulek tried to do his best, but Frosty's got the heat wave, and Frosty's not done. He gets another Druk falling down, and SoulSnipe trying to get back towards this ball, but the time is running out. They need to kill Renegade before he gets too far.
Wow.
Trying to buy time. He comes back for the help too for SoulSnipe, but can his teammates pick up the slack on the other side of the map? Taulek gets one, and suddenly it's Renegade by his lonesome. Taulek taking the ego chow. He'll leave it for Druk. Ball in the possession of Native Red, but no mistakes can be made. All it takes is one break, and FaZe will take round one.
Oh, FaZe Clan with the fortunate green spawn right up against that big door where the oddball was. But Native Red are able to pick it up, taking 2 down. Potentially 3, and now with Sniper and Overshield. Garrett, this is looking like a prime potential comeback. Just as we thought FaZe Clan was going to secure that one, Renegade just barely not able to out-rotate around that corner. That's the difference here. That's what's opened up the window of opportunity as Manny goes down. Overshield still up, 2v2. This game's going to come down to this right here as Druk goes down, and to the Overshield goes FaZe, and quite possibly this round as well.
Getting into the face of SoulSnipe, reversal for him, and that's probably going to do it for this round. And the one thing Native Red has to think about in this next round is just putting a little bit more emphasis on the slays and getting those overshields. What we saw was FaZe dominate the map when it came to overshield. Renegade got the first 2, and then we saw obviously that last one go into FaZe's hands as well. If Native wants to do this, they need to have better power-up control, and they need to be able to get FaZe 4 down.
Taulek looking to do his best to help his team win this opening break, as it seems like all of the attention was on him. He gets down to no shields. Great job of survivability, gets away with it. But Renegade getting away with that sniper rifle, very similar to what we saw in that last round. Numbers going in advantage for Native Red, but it's the sandbox favoring FaZe. What will they do with it? No scope, not landing. Renegade with another chance here with the repulsor. Takes his opponent down to no shields and elects to just reshield, rotate, and play for overshield.
Taulek able to find Frosty, and hey, give him a little love tap on the way back. That's the confidence I love to see from Taulek. Remember his opening game against Optic on this map, 30+ bomb, double positive. When he has to heat up for his team, he does it so often.
Here we go.
Him and Manny find the break ball in their possession. Look at how far away Frosty and Renegade are, and look how Manny peppers them from the back. They're gonna spawn completely away from this ball, and now Manny has this heat wave, and he can close down this lane by himself. You can see Snakebite making his way towards that flank. Can Native Red handle this rotation? Renegade goes down. Snakebite's in trouble. Native Red playing this perfect at the moment.
And a really good sign right now for Native Red, aside from that 30 on the board, is the fact that I'm seeing a lot of back of the heads. When we switch to the POV of these Native Red gamers, they've got the back of the head and very low shields on their opponent. Those are free kills. So Native Red, communication, chemistry, coordination, starting to line up here. Snakebite, a little overzealous with that oddball grab, absolutely so, goes down. And now Taulek looking to clean up the remains. Royal 2 has that heat wave, but he goes down. And an opportunity here for FaZe to rotate with that oddball, but Native Red should have that heat wave pushing up with it.
Yeah, it's great recognition from timing from Renegade right there. They went down numbers, but he recognized that he could pick up that ball, bring it to his teammates, and keep it away from Native Red. Unfortunately for him, though, his teammates start to fall. Druk gets that ball, and Druk's going to be able to get it off the map. Or
did he?
It's still stuck there. I think they expected to go off. I mean, Renegade's playing as if that ball went off. FaZe Clan missing out on huge time here. Look at how far. That's like 10 seconds it took him to rotate back.
Unbelievable there. I'm not sure. The oddball must have gotten caught on the lip there, the edge of the map. And because of it, it's FaZe Clan now scoring. So that was absolutely huge there. The lack of the play ball from Druk, not able to get it off the map, is why FaZe Clan is right on the heels of Native Red.
So often we're seeing Renegade in particular leaving his team, being an isolated player, especially when he has that heat wave in his hand. He wants to find quick flanks and get kills, but sometimes your flanks are sniffed on out, and Taulek's going to be able to answer. Gets that heat wave, sets his team up for the sniper, and now with ball coming up, this is a huge opportunity for Native Red to find some separation, but they have to find the kills. Everything in their possession. This is where you have to execute on its highest level.
Yeah, and this is maybe one of the few weaknesses that FaZe has, is the lack of consistency with their objective efficiency. They were able to match the slays to oddball time there in round 1, but now we see FaZe absolutely outslaying nearly by a 2-to-1 margin this Native Red squad, but it's Native Red building a 2-to-1 lead here in this round, so something's not adding up for FaZe. They're gonna have to figure it out in this match if they want to avoid going down 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, it's scary when you look at the scoreboard. If you're Native Red, you see Renegade 23-9.
Right.
Frosty 21-17. These two are pairing up to be the 1-2 tandem that teams dream of being able to have on their roster. The slays that these two can provide alleviate a lot of pressure, allow you to make mistakes, right? And that's what FaZe really wanted. They don't want to have to play perfect Halo every time. Sometimes they just want to be able to make some mistakes, play fast, play rough. And while these slayers are allowing them to do that in Renegade, well, Renegade's heating the hell up. 25 kills and 4 more bullets of sniper to work with.
Looked like Native Red was able to sneak away with that overshield. Now pushing up through top mid is Taulek with it. Renegade back against the wall with low shields. Taulek trying to make good use of the remaining glimmer of that overshield. Has just a little bit left to use, but instead it's Renegade on the other side of the map popping off with that sniper, landing himself the headshot. The rotation here and an oddball hold likely here for FaZe C.
Did they just hand the ball?
Yeah.
He should have dropped that ball, dropped the heat wave, say, hey, Renegade, take this. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you'll give the heat wave to Frosty. He'll make work out of it. But that's what you love about this FaZe roster. They don't really have a designated objective player anymore. Everyone can step up to the plate when it's needed. And Renegade's picking up that ball time, letting Frosty have his time over at tower. And look at the setup. Spreading back towards B. They're trying to give the ball the option to rotate, but they still have the ability to head back towards tower, contract back for a tower setup. I love this dynamic range that we're seeing from FaZe. And Native Red, they're going to have to push back towards the tower, but it's Frosty with the heat wave, and Frosty's going to get 2. Frosty making it look easy. Double kill. Native Red, they're all gone. SoulSnipe went swimming, and this round looking more and more likely to go to FaZe.
Desperation push here coming from Native Red. Likely the final push here. If they're not able to regain control of that oddball, this game, this round is going to FaZe. Frosty looking to secure that with that heat wave. Takes down SoulSnipe, earns himself the killing spree, and it's only 5 more seconds here for FaZe.
And it's done. FaZe, show why you slay. It doesn't matter if you're efficient. It doesn't matter if you give up 1 or 2 more opportunities. When you outslay by double-digit kills every game, having that 1-2 punch with Frosty and Renegade, I can't remember a team that had as much slaying power as this team does. And I think it's going to be something special to watch at Charlotte. This is just a warm-up to what we're going to see. Native Red have to find a way to recover, and Recharge Slayer is going to be a great opportunity for that. As we see the other match not even started yet, that's going to be G1 versus BTH. Yes, BTH beat Shopify Rebellion in the elimination bracket. That's what was known as French Toast Mafia back during the SSG showdown. You're going to see Precision, Monster, Bomex, and Neuronical playing together, already getting a lot further than I think many thought they would.
Yeah, and it was just yesterday that Rebellion took Optic to a game 4, almost a game 5. Looked really up to the task, ultimately losing 3-1 to Optic Gaming, but then losing 3-0, I believe it was, or 3-1 to BTH. So BTH with a surprise tournament run here, just like we saw in 2009 when they came out on top at the National Championships despite having the 7th, 8th seed. Will we see a little bit more of that against G1?
We'll have to see what they're capable of. Now, onto this map. Slayer is a fickle beast when it comes to FaZe. When they win big, averaging double-digit wins. When they lose, stakes on the many. Let's just put it that way. They always, when they lose, it's by 15 or more kills on average. We'll have to see if Native Red can come out hot, keep that streak, and keep FaZe floundering on their spawns.
Native Red, no slouch in the Team Slayer category. As I believe I'd put them at a top 3 Slayer rankings team, and a big reason for that is because of the time that they've spent together as teammates. The communication, sometimes it's like a hive mind. They don't even need to speak it out loud. They just know what the other is going to do after all those years and years of competing against with each other. As Taulek looks to push into Elevator here. It's a really tough matchup here against Frosty as he goes down. Renegade going down as well, so an opportunity here for Native Red to hold down Gold. Manny gonna have a really tough task though. No, Gold and the lead now going in favor of FaZe Clan.
See the shock rifle go to Frosty. He jumps up, he gets the first. Taulek and Druk are going to be able to take him down for now, but oh my God, Frosty making the special shot.
Not sure if Druk knew an opponent was behind him there. I'm almost curious if the audio cue of those random plasma pistol shots alerted Renegade to that location. Renegade ultimately going to go down. Taulek looking to maintain some control here over at the blue side, but he's going to go down to low shields and ultimately go down to the sliding 180 headshot with the shock rifle. Or excuse me, that was Snakebite from across the map. I thought that was the player above him, as it looks like Snakebite looks to hold on to shock rifle and this lead here for FaZe.
Yeah, and look at Native Red. They're trapped towards that long haul. Their only option is to rotate towards C, but there's a perfect angle for this man, Snakebite, at Bat Ledge. It's 2 for him, and well, the next 2 are in wait. Snakebite right in the head. SoulSnipe gonna... No, he can't do it! Snakebite gets the reversal from the hair on his chinny chin. Snakebite stays alive, and the score is getting out of hand.
Clinical positioning there from Snakebite as he drew in his opponent into the waiting no-scope with that shock rifle, as it's all FaZe Clan so far. And if you go by the stats that we've got from Mr. Snow, this one's looking like a dominant win here unless Native Red can find an answer. 3 down for FaZe Clan. There's the answer. There's the stopping of the bleeding. And to me, Garrett, it feels like all series. I know we're only in game 2, but I feel like Native Red just needs to slow it down a little bit. Seeing a little too many deaths, a little too many desperation, a little too many OEs from Native Red. If they can slow this one down here, they can give themselves an opportunity to come back.
The thing is, we're talking about Native Red. Native Red's a roster that was forged in the depths of Halo 5. This is a team that doesn't know or doesn't want to even entertain the option of playing slow. They're going to keep at their pace. They're hoping to get a 3 or 4 down and to get them on the cycle return. We're starting to see the push. Native Red sending all 3 players in at once. They need to execute on these kills, but no, it's FaZe standing strong. Druk only gets a 1 kill, and SoulSnipe's last alive, and FaZe are able to neutralize those numbers. This game is getting more and more out of hand, and I'm telling you, you do not expect to see Native Red slow down. They're going to constantly keep the push forward. It's about getting the wipe, and well, the wipe might be on its way. SoulSnipe and Manny combined for 3. Renegade goes down from the back smack from Druk. This is what Native Red needed to get back in this game, and look at them pressuring the spawn on Royal 2. They're trying to split out the spawns. They're successful at that. Now FaZe is suddenly having to worry about being put on a rotation as Druk continues forward.
Renegade found as the last player alive on the opposite side of the map. That's why we're starting to see a little bit of a cycle opportunity here for Native Red as they brought the lead to within 10, now down only 8. 2 team wipes between these 2 teams as SoulSnipe looks to put that shock to work. We've seen great work of it from Snakebite. 3 going down again for FaZe Clan, but 2 going down for Native Red. This one's inching towards a tie.
And that's what's so impressive about this Native Red squad is they didn't let them going down in numbers keep them out, right? They're still going to play their game. They're going to wait for their opportunity, but Renegade has something to say about it. Renegade keeps pushing forward. He has no respect for the opposing team. Out of all the players who have played today, Renegade has dominated the killing feed. Number 1 KD on the day, a 1.68. And he's not looking to stop anytime soon. 11-7 in this game. Make it more for Royal 2 as he goes high. Are you kidding me, Royal 2? Royal 2-piece able to extend the lead back out.
Royal 2 holding forward in mid-air to keep himself on the map. And Garrett, whether it's Frosty, Renegade, or Royal 2 with this shock rifle, you don't know who to pinpoint on this FaZe roster. You don't know who to highlight. You don't know who to focus, because either one, anyone on this team can pop off. As we see just that, the killing spree going down for Royal 2. Many men going down for Native Red as this lead continues to grow. +10, now 12 for FaZe.
Remember when it was, what, it was like a round of slays that they could tie up, what is it now, 12 kills? Yeah, this FaZe Clan roster, when they turn it up, they turn it up. Yeah, three possessions, that's all you need. Oh my God. FaZe, when they turn it on, they turn it on. Royal2 finds another one on Manny, lays him hanging from the rafters. Nothing is going right for Native Red at the end of this game. FaZe is going through this like Swiss cheese. The shock rifle is in Taulek's possession. If they're gonna come back, it's gonna be up to him to completely change this game.
Taulek, sniper rifle and the game in his hands. If Native Red wants any hope of a comeback, he's gonna have to hit an overkill, maybe even a kill tack at this point, because FaZe Clan just looks way too strong. And Garrett, it's especially crazy to me that FaZe Clan can look this good in Slayers, but on the flip side, they also lose by 10 when they lose. So as I'm watching this, I'm almost wondering how the hell could FaZe Clan ever lose by 10 in a Slayer as they dominate the performance here in game 2, 50-37, 2-0 FaZe Clan. Native Red is on the break.
I'm sure you say that, but I know that you've been talking to G1 and they got the secrets, because if anyone watched the game 5 before, you know that when FaZe start to feel doubt in the Slayers, it can go horribly wrong. But more often than not, this team that's built around the Slays is going to win their Slayers. And suddenly, Native Red has to figure out a solution in just one more game. Down 2-0 in the series. Things are looking dire. On the other side, G1, led by Boo Boo Doo is taking on this Believe the Hype squad. The underdogs, the dark horses, making their way deep into the bracket once again, but it's gonna need to be a stellar upset if they're gonna continue on.
Yeah, this one's the Cinderella matchup here, as both teams underdogs and unexpected to be this far in the bracket. As the winner moves on, loser goes home. We are in the nitty-gritty of the losers bracket here. Hard to believe in between FaZe and Native that one of these two teams is going to go home as well after the conclusion of this series. So the levels are rising, the intensity is rising, and now Native Red has to come with an answer in game 3 or they're going to face the sweep.
Native Red finished their season on a high, finishing 3rd place at the Halo World Championships in Seattle, Washington, just a couple months ago. Now in the elimination bracket, going against a newly formed championship caliber roster in FaZe. A new challenge, a new answers needed. Frosty and Renegade have to be shut down. Renegade has been tearing apart these lobbies, and he's not stopping anytime soon. Gets the shotgun. Taulek is going to have to be the player that steps up for this Native Red roster, Mac. He had a massive performance against Optic Gaming in game 1. We need to see that Taulek once again.
And a strong looking start here for Native Red, but the Rockets go down, and that was huge. That trade actually took down 2 for Native Red because of it. The strong start from Native is all but negated as it's FaZe Clan scoring first.
Snakebite's on the quick push. He's going to be able to get 1, but Druk's going to try to clean him up. Druk gets behind him. It's an easy smack, and the nade gets him for 2. They're going to be able to push up now. Taulek's putting in this pressure towards B, but it's Frosty on an island, and there's no one else that you want there. Druk's able to clean it all up, and look at these spawns from FaZe all the way at the bottom of C. They're going to be able to isolate these fights through driveway and B stairs. With the shotgun, you'd hope you'd get more damage, but FaZe play it perfectly, isolate Druk's angle, get the kill, and are ready to contest this hill once more.
Manny waiting back, picking off some free heads as he takes down 2. Renegade looking to push up, but it looks like Native Red has a fairly convincing hold there on the B side, but Druk and Manny are going to have to stay alive. They're going to have to take advantage of their numbers here to take that Snakebite down there at Red. As they do just that, maintaining their lives is huge there, because a trade for Snakebite would have been absolutely massive since he was down 1v2 in that situation. Druk with control of the B rail, Native with control of this first hill. And on the FaZe side, we're starting to see a little bit of that objective efficiency. Here pretty closely tied in slays. Got a little edge here. We'll call it tied here in this game, as this one's looking good.
A Renegade comes in from the flank, though, and this is what Renegade's been doing all day. He finds the weakness in the back and shoves the dagger in. Taulek goes down, able to get the trade. Rockets up for grabs, and it's Native Red who has the closer position. But Royal 2 able to find that first pick. Rockets go down. Native not able to put them to work, and it looks like FaZe might have been able to sweep them back.
This first hill, so crucial when you look at controlling the pace and flow. Snakebite looking to make sure his team secures that first hill with a double. Triple overkill in his sights, but no, Druk is going to take him down instead. Numbers advantage here for FaZe Clan. Will they push up aggressively? SoulSnipe looking to prevent that from happening. FaZe is in the hill, but it's a missed time play as SoulSnipe baits it, takes down one. A potential double kill on Royal 2, but he's got the red gun instead.
Yeah, Royal 2's got everything you could possibly want. Red gun, shotgun. Are those rockets that are down right there by ATMs? I couldn't quite see it. See Royal 2. Oh, Royal 2 heard his step. I think he thought it was to his left. Right in front of him. He recovers quite nice, and while he has another 2 ahead of him, he's going to take it a challenge. Killing spree for him, and Native Red all see the respawn screen. Hill 1 looking more and more likely to go to FaZe. Luckily enough for Native, though, is they got the next rotation of spawns. They're going to be able to play for C. And what you might see from FaZe is they might leave this hill a little bit early, try to buy as much time to get into this next hill. But Native Red are completely raise their defenses at back C.
This would be a massive win here for FaZe when you consider that Native Red had the very fortunate spawn, like you said, Garrett, rotating for free essentially through the spawn system over here to C, but instead it's FaZe Clan with the numbers advantage and the points on the board here early in Hill 2. Starting to see more and more of that objective efficiency come true here for FaZe Clan. If they can put even more of it together by the time Charlotte rolls around, Garrett, this is looking like the team to beat.
Rockets in the hands of Royal 2 once again. Did he just hit that guy out of the air? Like, I'm pretty sure that was not even on the wall. I think he just hit Taulek in the air. Double kill for Royal 2. A walking double kill as he looks to get forward. And I love this pressure from Royal 2. He's not trying to sit back and check to see if anyone's rotating. If he can get to back A without anyone knowing and just influence these spawns, he's going to be ready to flip out these spawns the second his teammates get kills.
Royal 2 doesn't have to worry about anybody on his right. That's why all of his focus is going to be going down these 2 lanes. Easy prioritization of his opponents here as he takes down Manny, and that's a 2v1 situation. A good job trading there, but the numbers advantage sticks for FaZe Clan. And Taulek, now the last player alive, he's going to have a really tough task here as he goes down 2, and the hill control goes back in favor of FaZe.
Frosty trying to keep that pressure forward. FaZe looking more and more likely to take this in the 3-0 sweep. Native Red just cannot keep up with the slays. No one reaching that double-digit point yet. And Royal 2's really been the one that's brought this game to life for FaZe. Double positive at 15-7, but finally the breaks are coming through. Native Red get 3 down. Snakebite's at back A, trying to live as long as he can, but they're going to hunt him down quick enough.
And with 2.5 minutes on the board here, Garrett, this is going to be a hill that you can simply not give up if you're Native Red. There's not enough time left if you go down 3-0 with less than 3 minutes to go. So Taulek and company, if they want to pace for the comeback, they've got to pace for this hill. They've got the narrow edge, but the push is on from FaZe Clan. The push is strong. Snakebite pushing up with the grenade. Red gun combination is going to work for Taulek. Has to stay alive here because he's essentially got that power weapon with another one coming up in the Rockets.
I love how quickly Native Red play out of the hill right there. So often you'll see teams get caught up on saying, I need to be in the hill. I need to be getting this time. They recognized the push was coming from FaZe. They got out and they tried to stifle it short. And they've been successful at finding trades. And what it's done is, yes, they've lost the Rockets, but they've kept the spawns. And while they can find the kill on Renegade before you can put these things into play, this is a chance for Native Red to steal away this hill.
Pre-nades coming out on the location of B-Stairs. That tells me that Native Red is not going to be surprised by this push with the Rockets. Nonetheless, despite Native Red expecting it, Druk goes down. Renegade with 1 shot left. 1 shot of shield left as well as he repositions, re-shields, and looks to just push up into this hill, which is seemingly for free, but he's going to push out, continue on with those Rockets, take the free kill on SoulSnipe, and that's a great job. Efficient utilization of those Rockets by Renegade.
Player underneath Taulek in trouble. Renegade gets the kill, but his teammates are falling in the feed. Renegade gets 2. Renegade's looking for 3. Manny, are you safe? Ooh, Renegade has to go on the run. That nade tags him up just enough, but Snakebite's there for the help. Native Red survives and break the spawn. Once again, 1 round of slays, and this should be Native Red's hill.
Taulek with that shotgun, looking to put the finishing touches on Frosty and Royal 2. And this hill, as we're seeing a little bit of fight, a little bit of bounce back here, and with just over 1 to go in a 1-hill game, Native Red is right back in it.
Look at the slate. Remember when we looked at the slates from Native Red before? They were all sitting double negative. Now suddenly getting closer and closer to even. And Taulek's been leading that charge, main slaying for his team. The shotgun a big part of it. He's gonna find a weak Renegade and a weak Snakebite, keeping him 1, but he needs to stay alive, and Royal 2 shuts it down quickly, reaches the 22 kill mark. This man has been frying on streets.
Royal 2, time after time after time, has absolutely dominated here with this red rifle, but that's not gonna go on any longer. 2 going down for FaZe. Native Red with an opportunity here, 3 down now. This is it right here. Taulek with rockets. Native Red is looking really strong. If they can coordinate and collapse on this C spawn here, they could very well tie this game up at 2.
This is the moment they've been waiting for. FaZe trapped into a single lane to push. Taulek intently listening underneath. Does he get the push in time? The push comes from behind. Able to get the first 3 go down. Royal 2 last alive, and they know his position. Wonderfully played by Native Red. Royal 2 not able to flip out those spawns in time. And now FaZe have to try to make the same exact push with the same rockets staying back. I think a little bit early on that rocket from Taulek there. We'll have to see if it ends up mattering. As this hill goes 2 apiece. Native Red is roaring back in this game.
Yeah, but look at the difference. If you had that 1 rocket to use, you could simply look down through the shotgun window here and take down 1, maybe 2 for FaZe Clan. So a very consequential use of those rockets not landing on the opponent. Understand what the goal was there, potentially taking down a player from FaZe despeраting for that hill, but that was never going to be the case, as FaZe was okay electing to play for this bottom mid hill, and it makes perfect sense when you see the likes of Renegade with that stalker shotgun combination.
What you want is C control, and you can see the battle happening. Druk, Manny, Frosty, Royal 2. They're battling for that C control, and Renegade's going to be the long distance pair. If he can get back A with this red gun and coordinate with his teammates across the map, they can shut down this hill. They're not going to try to get in it, right? They just want to make sure they have the middle lane completely locked down, and Royal 2 is going to be the key of this. The back player all the way at C. They need to prevent this hill from going in favor of Native Red, and then find their opportunity to get that rest of time.
Rockets are up. 3 go down for Native Red. Druk, though, with a huge piv, huge win. Keeps his team alive, and so too those rockets. Manny looking to push up with the spike grenades. He goes down. I keep asking, where are those rockets? There they are. Taulek looks to pick him up, but that's bait. He goes down immediately. Renegade looks to pick him up and scurry away. He's not able to either. It's an absolute melee fest here. 7 total players down at the time being. Snakebite trying to make use of these rockets. Finally lands one. Takes down Druk. And it could be the finishing touches here on this hill.
It's a tough look for Native Red right there. They had everything that they needed, but they played it too early. They tried to get those rockets without slaying first. And, well, FaZe punishes them for it. Gets the 2 rockets, gets a bunch of time onto this hill. 2 minutes on the clock. Next hill will win. As we see, game 1 of the other match isn't even done yet. We'll have to see if FaZe can clean this up on the final hill.
1v1, Snakebite versus SoulSnipe. Oh my god, and Native Red spawn on Snakebite, so Snakebite gonna scurry back to his teammates. Great job staying alive there, just as it looked like Snakebite was gonna go down to some really unfortunate spawns. He repositions and now earns 3 down as a result of that smart play there from Snakebite. Wow.
Get Taulek, though. Taulek has bottom C and the red gun. If he can find these kills, he can still stop this hill. Unfortunately, that spike grenade might be too much. Royal 2 gets back. He jockeys for the position. He's able to get the power position at back C. And now it's a desperation play that has to be made. And I think Manny might have just said it's GG. Nothing I can do.